Greetings and welcome back to PowCast. I'm your host, Steve Holden. In this week's news, the mayor of Hayward City recently awarded Superior Man with the key to the city for helping stop the invasion, which decimated over half of all the city's infrastructure and killed many several weeks ago.
What's up with the key to the city business? Do all the buildings in the city just have the exact same giant keyhole? Like, what kind of city planning is that? Moreover, why would you want a key like that? Like, if I wanted a bean burrito and I'm drunk and Chipotle's closed, I'm going to 7-Eleven.
A secretary. All I wanted was a secretary. So I'm going to fetch some coffee, maybe butter up my toast every once in a while.
What was that, Steve?
I said if I could fire you, I would.
Oh, come on, man. I'm here to help. And plus the boss man said that you need to lighten up, so that's what I'm here to do.
I don't need to lighten up. Who am I, Bill Maher? What I need is a coffee boy, like I originally asked for this program.
Okay, hurt my feelings.
You'd be more useful to me as an illiterate proofreader.
Hey.
Or a corpse, for that matter.
Gentlemen.
Illiterate proofreader.
Mr. Holden, if you would excuse my bluntness, I thought I was the guest here.
Yes. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting with us today, some might call him an evil mastermind, but as for right now, he is our esteemed guest. Straight out of the Edgar Darwin Correctional Facility, please welcome Mr. Dick Hymen.
Gratitudes and platitudes, Stephen. You know, I've always wondered what it would be like to parley with normies such as yourselves on such a public forum.
Wow, such big words today.
Oh, my apologies, dear friend. It has slipped my mind that I am in the presence of more simple ones. I guess you could say that it's always been a dream of mine to... chill with the homies.
My apologies, Mr. Hymen.
Apology acknowledged, Steve. It's fantastic to be out of the ED Correctional Facility.
Oh my god! You gotta be shitting me! Fuck!
Such an awful place, full of the absolute scum of the earth and the worst offenders of society. And those were merely the ones in charge of the facility.
Corruption in correctional facilities such as these are some of this country's biggest failures.
Along with the Star Wars Holiday Special and the Cats movie.
I completely agree, Steve. The most egregious atrocities come from the absolutely flaccid leadership at the ED Correctional. Inmates beaten and bloodied for the most minimal of slights. Gang violence, a contagion of darkness and ruthlessness, senseless death.
Truly, the ED is a blight on this country.
Hey, tell me, did you guys take the bus or was it hard to get it up there?
Frankie, I swear.
It very much was, my friend. Hard and long. The facility is on a mountain, you see, to keep the ne'er-do-wells far from society. Luckily, however, these morally bankrupt heathens had the good fortune of a specimen such as myself. Using my ingenuity, I was able to create my own occupation, discovering creative ways to alleviate the tension between the inmates.
So were you entertaining these men?
In a sense. I was more exerting them privately in order to help with the certain needs of theirs.
So a personal trainer.
You could say that. In the end, I became so skilled that the violence rate of the facility dropped by over 85%.
So what you're saying is the inmates in the ED got soft.
Frankie, seriously, this is not a laughing matter. How old are you?
I'm like 22.
Approximately 20 years old, born October 22nd, 2002, to parents Linda and John. A Libra. Ugh.
I'm a Hufflepuff, excuse me. And wait, how did you know my birthday? My mom doesn't even know that. Did you ask her?
Wait, your mother doesn't know your birthday?
Well, my mom has this weird medical condition where she would forget literally everything that was important to me. So we mostly just pick a random day from the year and celebrate with all my action figures and imaginary friends. She would also say things like, in 365 days, you're going to be another year older, kiddo, and your birthday is coming sooner than you might not think it would be, and happy birthday, Frankie. You know that last one she would say at the start of every year, which actually kind of reminds me of this one time that I've started...
All right, that's enough of that. We need to be getting back on track here.
Why, you asked?
Yes, my time is quite limited, thank you very much.
Oh, really? What do you have going on after this?
You know, meetings, conferences, super cool genius things that you wouldn't understand. What do you say we take some calls?
It seems to be about that time. Frankie, open the line. Good afternoon, listener. You're live on PowCast.
Hello, is this, Steve Holden?
Why, yes, it is. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, sir. Could you please step closer to your phone so we can hear you?
Yes. I was wondering if taxis in a society with a ruling party be a cabal?
You know, this kind of sounds like it would be racist if it was in German.
Allow me.
You know this language?
Please. It's child's play for a higher intellect such as mine to learn a language to fluency by ear. I'll demonstrate.
Excuse me, your diddly-doo is a small muffler.
Do you know what language this is?
Or unease?
Well, Mr. Hymen, Dick, you suck.
Huh, looks like it's actually Lithuanian. Oh, thanks, Google Translate.
So what was he saying, Mr. Hymen?
I don't know, but I did not like his tone.
Okay, Steve, can you say Baba?
Why would I?
Please, Steve, I'm begging you. Please, Steve, you owe me this. You owe me this. I got the total.
I suggest you entertain the boy. He's obviously not going to let this go until you say it.
Fine. Bob?
You said I suck donkey butt. Or did you say I mashed yams? Actually, this word could either mean butt or heavenly crab apples.
Okay, moving on.
What?
Hello and welcome to PowCast. We have Dick Hymen in the studio.
Huh? Frankie, my boy, are you there?
Wait, Grandpa, you called? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Ah, yes. I absolutely adore conversing with the greater generation. What knowledge do you have to pass on to us, good sir?
What? Who the hell is this? You sound like one of them fruits. What are you doing with my grandson?
How dare you speak to me in such...
Irene! Franklin's been captured by the gay mafia! Those bastards have finally caught up with us!
Should we be concerned by that, Frankie?
Oh, Pop? No, he's harmless. More than a little bigoted, but that's okay. He's probably gonna forget I exist as soon as he eats dinner in like 5 minutes.
Dinner, it's 1 p.m.
Actually, Stephen, it has been proven by multiple famous studies that those in the throes of dementia tend to undergo nightly routines as early as 10 o'clock in the morning.
Huh. I've never heard of that. Where was that published?
Classified science journal. For intellectuals, such as myself.
Hello. Is this Steve Holden? PowCast?
Oh my god.
It seems like it, Frankie. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a surprise guest from the Daily Wire, Mr. Ben Shapiro.
Hello, Steve. How are you doing? I haven't seen you since we went to Martha's Vineyard.
How dare you two sully Mama Martha this way?
It's been too long, my friend. May I ask, how do you feel about Superior Man gaining the key to the city?
Well, for one, this is not normal. Last week, the leftists did not deem Superior Man worthy of the praise and success he should get, but when the quote-unquote aliens attacked, he suddenly deserves it.
Okay, hold on, Ben. What's with the quotes? They were green. They came in spaceships. Supergal is from a different dimension. I don't really see how you're...
First of all, I don't believe Supergal came from a different dimension. What are the odds that evolution would cause her species to look exactly like a human, only with superhuman abilities? Logic would dictate that she's just another alpha human, just like all the others that came before her.
Dude, just because someone was born looking how you define something doesn't mean that they are that thing. Take transgender people, for instance.
Okay, Frankie, looks like we're getting a little off topic. Dick, what do you think about this interesting take on alphas from Mr. Shapiro?
I wholeheartedly agree, Mr. Shapiro. Alpha humans like Superior Man and Supergal should not be treated like Greek gods. One could say that even after the dickhead army was defeated, we are still being invaded.
It's great to hear you say that, Mr. Hymen.
And thank you, Ben, for stopping by. We'll stay in touch.
Farewell, Steve. I'm looking forward to our next glass of rosé.
Do you two have room for a third? I'm also quite the rosé enthusiast.
You will be in jail by then.
I honestly have no idea if I should feel disgusted with what just happened or just wildly confused. Also, you drink rosé. I like the pretty color.
What you should be feeling, though, Frankie, is anticipation for an outstanding interview with our guest, Mr. Dick Hymen.
Ah, yes, my favorite subject.
Now, Dick, despite your past crimes, we have reports of you helping stop the Dickhead invasion with the Independence Squad.
Well, Steve, I would go as far to say that I single-handedly did more for the war effort than the entire Independence Squad combined. I noticed that I would be of best use on the ground, so I used my leadership skills to direct civilians away from danger, while unleashing a battle cry as I ran through the city, carrying women and children out of buildings. As hard as it is to believe, however, I'm not perfect. I had to pause my heroic efforts to shield the eyes of one particular little girl as Superior Man began lighting entire city blocks aflame with his heat vision. My vast compassion and noble humility couldn't bear the thought of the trauma she'd endure from witnessing such a thing.
You know, that's weird because we actually have body cam footage from your bodyguards that tell a very different story.
Out of my way, you lowlives! I can't die! I'm a good person! I stand by my statement. You can clearly see people are following me.
Not really following per se, more like clinging to the top of your car after you run them over. You just punched a little girl in the face.
Frankie, please. One event does not sum up Mr. Hymen's entire contribution to the war effort, which reportedly was helped greatly by Hymen security systems. Would you care to elaborate on this, Dick?
Yes, our state-of-the-art Hymen Net security system has been built with revolutionary AI-assisted cameras that analyze a pattern of behaviors from everyday life in order to catch any anomalies in your home or business. The video footage feeds directly into our Hymen Net database, where our security team reviews the information sent by our artificial intelligence.
So you're watching people. Isn't that an invasion of privacy?
Well, that's not the case. I would say it's more of an extra safety measure for the common man's good conscience.
Jesus, this is so Animal Farm.
You mean 1984?
Steve, I'm pretty sure they had animal farms before the 80s.
But privacy is a human right, is it not, Dick?
Ugh, this argument is so tiresome. It's a rightful sacrifice for human safety. Imagine the domestic abuse we'd capture if you installed just one hidden camera in the bathroom just adjacent to the showerhead.
Are you saying you have secret cameras in people's bathrooms?
No, just my wife, Mary.
Wife? I thought you were gay.
Single. We didn't know you were married.
I have been divorced a few times, yes.
That makes sense. No one wants to be known as Mrs. Hymen.
Strangely, no one has ever taken my last name.
I feel compelled to circle back to the cameras. Is your ex-wife aware of the existence of these cameras?
Gentlemen, these are unimportant details. I thought we were here to speak about me.
All right, so how many cameras exactly are in your possession?
My God, you are starting to sound like my ex-wife.
Mary.
No, Linda. I'm tapped into the camera on her laptop.
You're disturbingly open about spying on your ex-wives.
Okay, I asked a question about...
Spying? I'm not spying. I'm just trying to keep people safe.
Hold on, Mr. Hymen. But isn't that what Superior Man already does? He's saved countless people and has helped lower the city's crime rate by 90%, right? And I don't think he watches people shower.
He's also destroyed over half the city in the time he's been here.
It's hard to save the city if there is no city.
Excellent point, but can we get back to
You realize that you're agreeing with the former convict who watches 2 of his ex-wives shower.
2? Yes, just 2.
Broken clocks, Frankie. The point is
What does Clockman have to do with this?
It's an idiom. Broken clocks are right twice a day. And Stephen is right. That pesky Superior Man wouldn't know a damn thing about the greater good of man if it bit him in his pert bottom.
You're not helping.
Even when we were in school, he did nothing but tease and humiliate genii like myself.
You and Superior Man went to school together?
Can we please?
Unfortunately, yes. In the 10th grade, we were in the same gym class. Have you ever known what it feels like to have a dodgeball hurled at you at supersonic speeds? And with such power and ferocity.
Getting back on track.
Nothing could stop him and his soft, smooth, perfect skin. Stretched like saran wrap over his impervious, rippling muscles, and thick, bulging veins.
Mildly homoerotic, but okay.
Frankie, don't alienate our LGBT audience. We're here to talk about Dick.
Whose?
You.
Mine?
Yes. No, that's not what I mean.
Really? I thought you were into that kind of stuff.
Superior Man's?
I don't want to talk about anyone's penis. Especially not Superior Man's. That big blonde asshole in the sky has done nothing but cause death and destruction without any sort of consequences. Office buildings, hospitals, residential areas, billions of taxpayer dollars and structural damage, not to mention the thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people that have lost loved ones or even entire families due to his negligence. Husbands, wives, sons, daughters.
Steve, I know how you feel. In gym class, that scoundrel pantsed me in the locker rooms. You might not have been able to tell, but I have never recovered from that trauma.
Dude, shut up.
That bastard needs to be locked up, and so do the mindless idiots who support him, and the corrupt media that enables him, calling him a hero.
No, okay, look, Steve, I
Zip it! No, Frankie, silence for one goddamn moment! Ever since you started here, you have done nothing but undermine my mission to liberate this country from this third-rate martial law poisoning our society. Your charming quips and chaotic behavior are not charismatic, they are childish.
Steve, we're
You
still
know
on
what? I hope that once we leave this building, you're mugged and left to bleed out on the street. And then that muscle-bound moron flies you to a hospital with such careless speed that your neck snaps from the whiplash. Maybe then you'll know what it's like to be one of the unlucky few that your heroes save.
Steve, we're still in the air.
And unfortunately, we are out of time. Special thanks to our guest, Mr. Dick Hymen.
Thank you, gentlemen. This has surely been an interesting afternoon of debate.
And now we'll hear from our sponsor.
Has this ever happened to you? You're walking down the street. Honk, honk. Hey, I'm walking here. Buying your groceries. Cha-ching. Hey, keep it change, man. Being a good law-abiding citizen. Hi.
I'm law-abiding.
When boom, a superhero crashes into your car with an alien spaceship. Will it beam me up? Yes, I have, Dave. When a Norse goddess gives you a burning box of your most prized possessions, you deserve the best coverage money can buy. Call SuperMegaPower Alpha Insurance, formerly Johnson & Son.
Unlike your father, SMPAI is there.
Sharon, please come back to me.
A rare and interesting look into the mind of one with the audacity to stand against those with seemingly infinite power.
Hey, man, are you okay? Do you need to step outside?
While advertised as the fight between good and evil, the reality appears to be closer to the fight between the incompetent and the more incompetent.
Hey, you know that I'm here for you.
Be sure to follow the show on all social media platforms, and tune in next week for more in-depth discussions on the lives of America's top alpha humans. For the NPC channel, I'm Steve Holden.
And, I'm Frankie.
And this has been PowCast. Stay vigilant, listeners.